They gon' love me for my ambition.
We are here today for the Palestine rally in Providence, Rhode Island. I believe the first one of this current ongoing conflict of recent times in Providence, Rhode Island. They've shut down downtown, and people are mad and they're speaking their mind. Let's go capture the opinions and actually understand what's going on from their perspective. The shirts. How's it going?
If you could just introduce yourself for me for the mic.
Yeah, definitely. My name is Joel Reinstein, and I'm a member of the Rhode Island chapter of Jewish Voice for Peace.
Okay. Joel, why are you here today?
I'm here because, we've really been horrified by all the violence that's taken place in the last 2 weeks, and it's really important for us to make it clear the root of the violence is 75 years of apartheid and oppression of Palestinians by Israel.
Joel, if you don't mind me asking, are you Jewish?
I am Jewish, yeah.
What does Zionism mean to you?
So Zionism is a political ideology, and we have to be clear that it's racism. The point of Zionism is Jewish supremacy, is an ethno-state that excludes the indigenous Palestinians, that denies equal rights to the indigenous Palestinians, and denies over 5 million Palestinian refugees their right to return home. So Zionism is, what it means to me as a Jewish person, it's dystopian. It's something horrible that ideologically has taken place, and I think it's really important for us to fight back against it and fight for, a Judaism that is inclusive of all people and that believes in universal human dignity.
So my other question is, at the current moment, what do you believe is the solution for this situation?
Yeah, I actually think that if you ask anybody on the street, even if they don't follow it that closely, I was out talking to people at the courthouse together with DARE the other day, and I would ask people, what do you think is the solution? And people are uncomfortable talking about it, but they say, well, I think that Palestinians and Israelis should live together in peace with equal rights under the law. That's the solution. And the force that's denying that is the state of Israel. It's Israel that refuses to allow equal rights for Palestinians and the right of Palestinian refugees to return. But when there's equal rights under the law, when Palestinians can live free in their homeland, that's when there will be peace.
So this is my final question for you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have 4 congressional members for the state of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
If Senator Reid, Senator Whitehouse,
yeah,
Representative Magaziner, and I'm going to assume Gabe Amo, if they were hearing this right now, what would you want them to know?
I'd want them to know that, they need to be fighting for a ceasefire right now, that there's a genocide going on that the United States is funding, and we need our representatives to actually represent us and listen to us and not be listening to Textron and weapons dealers instead. History is not going to look kindly on 97 senators voting to continue funding a genocide and supporting this apartheid state.
Right, I am here to support the unjust that's happening in Palestine now. They're killing innocent people, innocent kids, in the name of freeing Gaza from Hamas. And I don't see on the news that anyone is complaining about Hamas in Gaza. They're all complaining and cursing the Israeli and what they're doing. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to spread awareness about what's happening in the Middle East right now, especially in Gaza.
And what is your background? Where are you originally from and everything?
So I am from Syria. My dad is from Syria. My mom is from Palestine, Jerusalem. She was one of those that were kicked out the first time, and now they're trying to do it again.
And for those who don't understand out there, there's a lot of terms that people have been using, the younger generation doesn't understand. What is Zionism? For those who don't know, in your words, Zionism?
So I'm actually not familiar with those, but I believe Zionist.
Zionism. Yeah.
Do you know? Okay, so I believe they're talking about those who actually just support the unjust.
Yeah.
We are not against Jews or Judaism. We have nothing to do with them. We are against those who are killing the Palestinians and innocent. That's it. Yeah. And those are the people they are referring. I believe they are referring to as Zionists.
Okay. And when you hear the words "Free Palestine," what comes to mind right away for you? The first thing that comes to mind when you hear "Free Palestine"?
We just want our land back. If Free Palestine means giving us back our land, our country. Yeah. It's like you here. I don't know if you were born and raised here, but if you were born and raised here, and somebody just come and take your land, and then little by little start taking all the states from you, and then start asking you to leave, go to the Sahara somewhere, and live there happily in tents, then you want your land back. Yeah. This is what you're asking for. It's like they're telling you literally, oh, this is ours now. Why don't you go live in Canada? And you should be happy about it. Mm. That's what we want. We want our lands back. That
100%. Any thoughts?
A lot of people they interpret Free Palestine. They're thinking we mean kick the Jews and Israelis out. That's not what we mean. We just want a land where everyone can live peacefully. Even before 1944 or 48, when the Jews were when the Jews migrated there to make their own personal Jewish state, there was a lot of already Jewish Palestinians, Christians, Muslims, everyone lived there peacefully. Yeah. We just want peace in the land. Yeah.
We don't want to kick them out.
Yeah.
We all live here in peace. Why can't we do the same over there? Why do they want to kill us or kick us out for them to have everything for themselves? I don't understand that logic at all. We don't mind to live with them in peace. There is a lot of Jews here. We're living with them. They're over here too today. They're supporting us.
We interview some Jews.
They're supporting us. We don't want them out. We just want our country. We can't come here to the U.S. and say this is our land now. Can we do that? Can we say this is for Palestinian now? And ask you to leave, ask the American to leave? We can't do that.
Yeah.
We can ask to live in peace with them and follow their rules and follow, the governments and everything. But we can't ask to come and kick you out of your house, kick you out of your shops, make you live on the street and in tents, and then tell you this is our land now. Yeah. This is what we don't want. This is when we say Free Palestine, that's what we want.
My name is Farah. I'm a Palestinian Muslim living in the United States, and I'm here today because my brothers and sisters in Palestine, their blood is shedding, and it has been shedding for 75 years, and we need to speak up for them. Yeah.
And what was the main takeaway today? Right, the rally now finished today in Rhode Island. You were here all day for the entire rally, right? What was the main takeaway after everything? What's your take and your opinion of this, powerful day today?
I think just as you said, it's absolutely powerful, and I'm so happy that we at least have a community that's here together listening to the voices that the world is silencing in Palestine, and I want them to know that we support them, and one day they will understand that there are people that heard them and are speaking out for them. So I'm really grateful for everybody that was here today.
And what's the first things that come to mind whenever you hear Free Palestine? For those out there who don't understand, when you hear Free Palestine, what does it mean to you?
Free me, free my brothers, my sisters, the people that, the blood runs through all of us. We are all Palestinian at heart. And, any person who's faced injustice can resonate with what is occurring right now because, again, we're all brothers and sisters, especially people who are oppressed. We all know how each other feel, and we need to stand together.
And what's your take on a couple of onlookers today? They were coming up to other individuals and referring to this as a support of terrorism. What's your response to that for those who believe that this is supporting terrorism?
I laugh because it's not terrorism. Terrorism, okay. The Israeli government is a terrorist. They're terrorists. Any person that occupies another people or kills them or anything like that is a terrorist. And when we defend ourselves, we should not be considered as terrorists, okay? So what I'm saying right now, the Israeli occupation forces are terrorists. Netanyahu's a terrorist, Biden's a terrorist, and that's the end of the story.
And whenever you hear the word Zionist, it's like a term that the younger generation right now has been learning the first time ever. What does it mean to you, Zionism, and being a Zionist?
Honestly, people try to associate Zionism with Judaism, and I absolutely disagree with that. It is basically just a sect, and true Jews know and understand that, Palestine is for Palestinians, and Zionism, it shouldn't be something that is connected to Judaism, because this isn't a problem between Jews and Palestinians. It's a problem between Zionists and Palestinians. So that's pretty much it.
And what is your reaction to the most viral moments that I've seen so far? Palestinian, babies, literally, if not dead, being taken to the point of such a high level of anxiety that they're shaking, trembling in the rubble of the rocks. You being a Palestinian, what is your reaction to that? The first thing that you thought about when you saw all this happen online?
It's like watching my brothers and sisters suffer. Like, I can't get their eyes out of my head before I go to sleep at night. Like, I lay down in my comfortable sheets and I'm watching, people that share the same blood as me, as I've said before. They don't have food, they don't have water, they're suffering, their children are suffering. Like, I feel so guilty having such an amazing life, and especially for the fact that because of the fact that my family actually were refugees. So if that wasn't the case, if they hadn't left, I would probably be in that position as well. So I feel for every single one of them, and it shatters my heart.
Any last thoughts or words for the people of Rhode Island watching this, taking this in, and the entire situation that's ongoing right now in the world?
Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. People need to open your eyes. Stop listening to mainstream media because it's all a bunch of propaganda. Start focusing on helping people and understanding truly who is oppressed and who are the oppressors. Free Palestine.
Explain to the people who you are and why you're here today.
Sure. My name is Harrison Tuttle. I'm the executive director of Black Lives Matter, Rhode Island Political Action Committee, and we're standing in solidarity with the Palestinian people and innocent lives all throughout the area of Israel.
And today, what was your biggest takeaway from the rally? It just ended right now. What was your biggest takeaway that you saw and everything that happened today in Rhode Island?
Well, as someone who has participated in different protests with the Black Lives Matter movement, to see some of the most active people in our community be out here organizing, as well as everyday people being able to express their support all throughout the city of Providence, was something that I haven't really seen in over 3 years. And so it really shows the solidarity that Rhode Island has with the people of Palestine and what's going on in Gaza right now. And it's completely unacceptable. And all we can do is share our voice, and people shared their voice today, which was really inspiring.
And yeah, so going on with what I was about to ask as well. So what would you say is the number one thing that Rhode Islanders can do and should do right now in this moment between the Israeli and Palestine conflict?
I think the most important thing is just to speak up. So a lot of people, are hesitant to speak up on this issue because they're worried about what their friends and what their family may say of them. And what I would say to that is, if those are the people that you're worried about, when you know that there's a humanitarian crisis going on, you should probably reconsider who your friends are. Because right now, this isn't just a political issue, this is a human rights issue, and people's lives are being lost, children's lives are being lost, and it's our job to be able to be on the right side of history.
And what was your first thoughts in mind when you seen these images ongoing right now? The most viral images have been of these children not only passing away, but literally babies, infants, being in a state of anxiety and such frustration that they're shaking and trembling. What was your first thoughts that came to mind?
Well, I know before these attacks, the unsanctioned violence that Israel as a state has participated in, the average age was 18. So I can't imagine what those folks are going through. I mean, these are entire generations that have known nothing but violence in an apartheid state. And so, unfortunately, I feel like the kids are used to this. But those kids are strong, and those kids will persevere, and those kids are organized. And I trust that the people that are on the ground right now are keeping them safe as best they can, and it's our job to be able to spread the word, donate, to different causes that are able to provide resources to the people in Gaza.
So explain to the people who you are, introduce both of yourselves, and why you are here today.
My name is Adam Al-Jallad. Sorry, my voice is gone. I'm from Palestine, Tul Karam. We're here to represent for Palestine and the occupation that's going on.
How you guys doing? My name is Sami Kalaji. I was born and raised in Syria. I'm all here to send a message to like the Western media. All that fake news and stuff they're seeing, this is not real. I was born and raised in Syria. I know how the Palestinian feels, so I had to come out here and like let the people know that this is not okay. The occupation have to go.
And when a lot of the younger generation right now is their first time hearing the word Zionism and Zionist. What is your take on that, and what does it mean to you when you hear that word?
To me, I don't really like to judge people based on what they are and where they're from or what they identify themselves with, just on what they support. For example, if you're a Zionist, I don't know what Zionist, like, I think it's when you're just from Israel, is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. We've been asking people, they have like different interpretations of it, you know.
For me, it's just someone from Israel. And if you're from Israel, that's fine. But it depends on who you support. Like, for example, a civil war almost happened the other day at Israel.
Yeah.
Because Jews themselves were standing up against the forces, and even the forces were leaving on their own. And I'm with anyone as long as they don't support the wrong side.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts? The first time that you saw right now the most viral moments of these children trembling, shaking, you know, anxiety-driven, not even just, you know, obviously there was reports of children being dead, killed, babies, but even those that have been in such a, you know, traumatizing space. They survived, but they're going to be traumatized forever. What's your opinion and your take when you saw that?
So, first of all, it's a war crime to bomb hospitals, religious spots, schools. They did all that. All that in Gaza, Israel did it. You're not supposed to do that. So absolutely a war crime. Plus, I've been in a war. I know how it feels. Till this day, I have PTSD from fireworks sometimes. So imagine how they're gonna feel after. They're not gonna like. I'm sorry. Every time airplane's gonna go over their head, they're gonna be scared. Every time they hear fireworks, they're gonna be traumatized. So this is not okay. It has to end.
And your thoughts when you see these images of these children being traumatized at such a young age forever?
I mean, when I see these images, I can't help but like tear up. For example, I'm in a group chat with a bunch of journalists, like every couple of hours, every single day. Since the war started, I just see images rolling in of people like dead, bleeding, injured, decapitated, and are just suffering daily. I do feel bad for them, and that's why we should all stand up. And that's why when people say, what does this have to do with me? Not only is our tax dollars going to them, but also they're people just like us. We're humans. We all need to support each other and stand up for each other, because at the end of the day, we're just human.
And last thoughts from both of you. What is, in your eyes, a possible solution?
Obviously, we always want peace. We always want peace. But however, this is our land. It's the Palestinian land. In 1948, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, they all lived together in peace. There was no such thing as like war or anything. We all lived together in peace. But when Israel came and named themselves Israel, they started taking over lands and kicking people out forcibly. This is not okay. Imagine if somebody's kicking you out of your house, obviously you're gonna resist. But however, the social media or the Western media is showing it the opposite way. So we have to end it. We have to like be peaceful with each other. Israel has to go. We don't care if we love Jewish, we love Christian. Me myself, I'm Muslim, but I don't have any problem with other religion. We respect them. But Israel, however, they don't respect it. They think Jewish is the only religion on earth. But however, we respect all religions. We lived peacefully before, so we want it to go back to that way. Live peacefully with each other.
I just want to add on to that.
Yeah, you're good.
So people like to question, why didn't Palestine accept the peace treaty that was offered to them back in the 90s? People just like to look at the name of peace, but don't like to look at what comes behind it. They were giving the unfertile land, given bad areas in that land, and that wasn't peace. And jobs were taken from them and everything. And then Hamas themselves offered a peace treaty and they got rejected. Just the other day, the UN Security Council, everyone voted towards the ceasefire in Gaza, except Russia and the UN. They played stalemate, I think. I don't know the word for it. And the US was the only one to reject it. We want peace. They're just the ones who don't want peace. They act like they want peace, but they really don't.
What does Free Palestine mean in your words when you hear it? Free Palestine.
Peace. Only this, the one word we have to say is just for peace, because we are human. We should live together, not kill each other, not like pumping each other or something. That's what, like, mean in usual. Yeah.
And then when you see these images of these Palestinian babies being killed, traumatized, what's your thoughts? What is your thoughts and emotions that come to mind when you see this online happening right now?
I cannot say only is very sad, and it should not be like that. I am from Syria. I know, like, I feel what they feel right now. It's just hard to be under the bomb, and like it's just like unbelievable.
And what can we do here in Rhode Island, anyone here in Rhode Island, to either support or just gain awareness for Palestine? What should we do right now? What's your take?
We have to stand with them forever. It's just to stop everything. It's happened there, because like we have to do it. We have to let everybody hear our voices.
Any last words for the people of Rhode Island watching?
Please stand with Palestinian people. Thank you.
They gon' love me for my ambition.